to today's On This Day in Tudor History. I'm Claire Ridgway. I run the Tudor Society and also the Anne Boleyn Files websites. You can go and have a look at those two websites if you feel inclined or want to get more of a Tudor fix. I've also written several Tudor history books, so that's just a little about me if you haven't been watching my videos this year. Okay, I'm going to take you back to the reign of King Henry VIII today. I'm going to take you back to the 21st of May 1535, for it was on this day that Bible translator and religious reformer William Tyndale was arrested in Antwerp. So not in England, but he was of course a man who had been very important in Tudor England. He was arrested in Antwerp after he was tricked into leaving a property known as the English House there, which was owned by Thomas Poyntz. Now, although Tyndale's book, The Obedience of a Christian Man, had been very, very helpful in helping King Henry VIII defy papal authority and break with Rome, because it had backed up Henry's idea that he was only answerable to God and not to the Pope, that he as a ruler, as a prince, as a king, had this direct line with God, and he didn't need the Pope's authority. That book had backed up that view and allowed him to break with Rome. So although Tyndale's work had helped Henry with that, Tyndale had opposed the annulment of Henry VIII's marriage to his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, and Tyndale's opposition had infuriated King Henry. Now, there is a wonderful documentary on William Tyndale presented by Melvyn Bragg, which has been on YouTube. It's called The Most Dangerous Man in Tudor England. So if you can find it, do watch it, because it's a wonderful documentary. And in that programme, Melvyn Bragg explained how heretic hunting began in Antwerp in 1535, the year we're talking about, because it was under the control of Emperor Charles V. Now, Tyndale befriended a new arrival in Antwerp, Harry Phillips, who claimed to be an Oxford graduate who was interested in finding out more about the Reformed faith, the new religious ideas. However, this Harry Phillips wasn't actually who he said he was. He was actually colluding with Charles V's imperial court, and he ended up betraying William Tyndale. On the 21st of May 1535, Phillips visited the English house in Antwerp where Tyndale was living and said that he'd got no money. Tyndale offered to take him out for a meal. He was kind to this man, and as they walked out of the English house and into an alley, two guards stepped out and arrested Tyndale. So Phillips had acted as Judas. He'd got Tyndale out of the property into public, where Tyndale could then be arrested. Now, according to John Fox, the famous martyrologist who wrote Acts and Monuments, or Fox's Book of Martyrs, Tyndale was then taken to what he says, he names it the Castle of Filford, which is Vilvoorde, which was about 18 miles from Antwerp. And Tyndale was imprisoned there for a year and a half, I think. Now, Thomas Cromwell being very interested in the Reformed faith, he tried to secure Tyndale's release, but King Henry VIII had absolutely no sympathy for this man who had opposed the annulment of his first marriage, and so he would not intervene at all. He wasn't interested. So Tyndale could have been saved by England, but he was left to the Empire. He was then tried for heresy, and he was condemned by virtue of the Emperor's decree. His end was that he was strangled and then burned in October 1536. The exact date of his execution is not known, but it's traditionally commemorated on the 6th of October. And in his documentary, Melvyn Bragg said that by the time of his death, William Tyndale had translated the whole of the New Testament and the first 5 books of the Old Testament. We owe Tyndale a lot for his work on translating, his translating of the Bible. If you remember, I mentioned the Great Bible a few days ago. Being the first sort of authorised Bible in English that was ordered to be put in churches by Henry VIII. And that great Bible, some of it was based on Miles Coverdale's work, but it was harking back to Tyndale's work in translating the Bible. So we owe Tyndale a huge debt if we are reading the Bible today in English. So that was what happened on this day in Tudor history, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Tudor history event for you. I can't promise it will be cheerful, who knows what it will be. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking round about there, hit the bell to be notified, but I will be back tomorrow. Take care, bye bye.